real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining me from. Thank y'all for stopping by the live stream again. Shout out to the NTZ crew. There's Michael Beach Alive, Jacob Tanjay. My old heads are here. Jeff Ritada. There's Kamal, Gerald Wilkins. Any new viewers and subscribers joining us for the first time, thank y'all so much for your support. And also, anyone catching this on replay, as y'all know, we always have a topic. Today's topic is when all else fails, lower your standards. We want to talk about that, among other things. Remember, just put it over here. If I can get to it, I will. The peso is 55.42. It's staying around that 55 mark, which is really not that bad. You know, this title comes from an article that I read in Psychology Today, but it has nothing to do with the subject. But I do want to tell y'all where I got that from. Hey, Cisco, he says, what's up, Cal? Peace from California. Barakai, man. Let me take a look at some stuff over here on my notes. You know, I'm getting a lot of pushback because I called that K1 visa sex visa, guys. There's nobody watching this has the balls enough to actually tell the truth. Hey, Curtis, my name is Calvin, actually. A lot of people call me Carl for some reason. I don't know. Hey, Gerald Wilkins. Yeah, this is another thing I get a pushback on. A lot of people, you know, from the West, because they don't have no idea. They says, oh, $5, big deal. Joe said, Calvin, it was Christmas, 5,000 peso gifts for heart touching. Thank you. I thought so, man. I mean, the lady, they appreciate it. I don't care what anybody says. What's up, Rodney? Okay. Welcome, Kurtz. Or is it Curtis? He says, I applied for the sex visa, but he got denied due to bad credit. Yeah. But no one wants to get honest. You know, a lot of guys get offended. We're just having a conversation, guys. If you feel you didn't apply for the sex visa, just say you didn't and keep going. They always want to attack me. They can't disagree without attacking. I mean, everybody wants to be the exception. We all come over here for the same thing. And if you don't believe me, go back and look at my video. Love is just lust dressed up in a three-piece suit. You didn't come over here to look at the Manila skyline and visit the underground caves in Palawan. That came after. We know why you came here. Oh, I'm looking for a life partner. Yeah. Stop, okay? He says, Pierre says, will the peso increase or decrease? There's more expats come over. Well, it has nothing to do with whether we're coming over or not. What's up, Sam? As I love the chime. He says, try the subprime visa. Yeah, what's love got to do with it? But yeah, I got a pushback on that. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, wow, guys, you know good and well you're coming over here for a woman, and then you get her and you go back, you know. And I see where another YouTuber, he took that idea and ran with it, which I don't care. Because, you know, as long as everybody gets the message. I really don't care. But let's get with the title, with the topic. When all else fails, lower your standards. What are we talking about? Remember, this is just a conversation. And I would like y'all's input. Because every video, 100% of the videos I've ever made, live streams, we're just having a conversation. We're not debating. I'm not giving advice. I'm not preaching. It's just a conversation. That's all. I just start the conversation. But are your high standards getting in the way of your happiness in Southeast Asia? I'm going to say Southeast Asia because a lot of men are struggling over here to hit their stride. And so, the first thing they do is blame the vlogger. There's whole channels now that's their whole point, is just to say we're lying, we're hyping up the Philippines, and we're not telling the truth about life as it really is. But then you've got some guys who will come over here and say, hey, man, just their experience is exactly the same or similar to what they hear online. It's really all going to come down to the individual. See, there's a lot of wishful thinking going on because your situation, your circumstances is so bad over there. You're looking for a miracle over here, really, is what you're looking for. And I don't know if any place on earth could live up to those standards, to those really, they're unrealistic expectations. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you an example. Chase Uber says, remember to press the like button, gentlemen. It's looking lonely. Now, okay, now, M, I'm glad you put this here because I've got this in here. If you're in America, okay. But a friend of mine who's visiting the Philippines right now, he's been to Cambodia over 20 times. And another vlogger that I follow, Patrick P. Money, he spent several weeks over there and gave us some glowing reviews. So I asked my friend, I said, hey man, can you give me some input on Cambodia? And he says, man, Cambodia is a dump, he says. He said, it's so bad it makes the Philippines look like Disneyland. And I was shocked because I know what I'm seeing with Patrick. And then he says this, he said, I've been there over 20 times, right? So really what he did for me was a favor. He lowered my expectations about Cambodia. So if and when I ever go, it's not going to be a letdown. I'm going to be playing with house money. That's what we call it. I'm going to be in a no-lose situation. If it's what he said it is, well, he warned me. If it's not, I'm playing with house money. It's all good. But one of the major problems that I see from men who can't seem to gain any ground over here, other than being social misfits, is their unrealistic expectations. They're almost comical. Okay, we come from a place where it's a sin to lower your standards. See what M said back there. He said, never lower your standards. And the only thing worse than low standards are no standards. And you heard that from me. And for us, never to settle for anything less than what we really want. Now, let me be totally honest. This is my thinking right now. Whether it's good or bad, guys, but reality is going to step in at some point. Golden Gate says, hey, Cal, that was a great interview with the young Filipino aspiring to be a software engineer. Real talk. I just want to give the other side. I want y'all to see that the Philippines is really in good hands. And you're going to see a lot more interviews like that. But I still think this way, guys, good or bad. And I put down here because as we get older and our looks start to fade and we're not the men that we once were, maybe it's time to lower those lofty standards so that they're more in line with reality. This is where we're going today with this vlog because a lot of guys are struggling over here. And I know why. Man, the standards are too high. It's a wonder they're lonely and miserable over there or unhappy because it has a lot to do with more than just women, though, okay? And here's what I said. Someone said that time and gravity are undefeated. They put that in my comments the other day. Some of the men who come here are already declining, but still want to retain those high standards. This is what the discussion is about today, guys. You may have to lower your standards, man. You're not the spring chicken you used to be. Pierre Cochran says, I like the last chat you had. You want something they have, and they want something you got. It's a trade-off because they just can't get it like instantly over here. See, I'm glad that you could see that because one guy in the comments on that video says, oh, why don't they just get on a plane, fly to Mexico, and then walk across the border? Well, first of all, we don't have that type of reciprocity agreement with the Philippines. They'll just be locked up in that immigration detention center until they get a hearing and then shipped back over here. They're not from Cuba or any of those other places that we give asylum to. You're not going to appreciate that video I made until you realize how hard it is for people to leave this country, for them to get out of this country. It's almost impossible just to take a vacation anywhere. But we take it for granted because we have one of the top passports on the planet. Very seldom do you even need a visa, or if you do, it's just basically nothing, a piece of paper. But it's extremely, extremely hard, and that's one of the things that you're going to run into when you decide to come to the Philippines and date and marry a woman. Until you take her back to your country and get her citizenship, your traveling is going to be limited, if not at all, because it's tough for them to go anywhere, guys. And this is one of the things that we learned too late. I should have talked about that the other day. And when you get her, you say, hey, let's go to Thailand. Yeah, it's not going to be too hard. But when you say, hey, let's go to Japan or let's go to the United States and visit my parents, you can almost forget that, guys. He says, Frank says, I'm surprised Roger and Isme haven't bit on your Are You Smarter Than Fifth Grade a joint yet. Oh, that's funny, man. Hey, what time is it, Travels? Alan Johnson, good morning. Elect, we see you. Thanks for joining us. But yeah, a lot of guys are struggling over here. And they want to blame us for it. They don't want to look in the mirror. You're older. A lot of men coming over here, man, we're declining. But we want the 10 with the college degree, with her own job, with a car and her own place. That's unrealistic over here. Okay? I'm just being honest with you guys. It's unrealistic over here. And if you want to be happy here and gain some ground over here, you may have to lower those standards. And I know what M said and all the rest of it. Oh, don't ever settle for less than what you really want. Yeah, but you're declining. You're getting old. You're not the man that you once were. Okay? And I say struggle to describe their situation because that's what it is, man. They're really struggling. I asked the guy the other day, he's been here over 3 months. And I was like, wow, man, and you still haven't met anybody. You still don't have a friend or anybody. And he starts mumbling out all these crazy ass expectations. And his standards were so high. It's a wonder that he's lonely. They'll never be met, especially not over here. Hey, Moments with Mitch. They're too high, man. They'll never be met, okay? Lower your standards and watch a whole new world open up around you. It doesn't mean come all the way down to the ground. It just means if you shoot for the stars, remember they said if you shoot for the stars, you may hit the moon, but if you shoot for the moon, you hit the rocks. Well, if you shoot for the stars and you hit the moon, man, you're still in great shape. And I'm not going to turn down that alternative woman if she's the runner-up in the Miss Universe contest, or if I can't get in the Solanea across my Yala. There's no shame that I can't live in a condominium in IT Park. But we can set ourselves up for failure. And that's all I'm saying. But we can look at it from another way too. Because I'm going to keep it on me today. I've been accused of selling out. That's what they say, okay? Just for exercising my options, they say, oh, you're a sellout. You should be over here dating and marrying one of these sisters over here. A strong black woman, they'll say, okay? And I'm accused of lowering my standards because they don't know anything what they're talking about. And coming over here, taking advantage of these poor and vulnerable women. See, I'm pretty sure some of y'all have heard that too. Because we still believe, and you got to get honest with yourself, that the Western beauty standards are still at the top, or the European beauty standards are still at the top, and they are in 2023. All you got to do is go to my neighborhood. Hell, you can go to my house, and my daughters got all this long hair pasted to their scalps. So they think when you come to the Philippines or Thailand or one of these other places, you're dating down. And they're saying, yeah, you're lowering your standards. You're a loser because you can't make it in your own country. They don't take into account that, you're 60 years old. What else do you have to prove? But this is just what it is, guys. It is what it is. See? And he says he's been to Cambodia. It's nice. And that's what you're going to get. But you can't blame the vloggers. Because I don't know how this guy came on my feed yesterday. I don't know, he's new. And I seen the comments, they said, welcome back. And how you just talking about the Dumageddon vloggers. And, I'm like, dude, your channel will never grow. And then he knows that too. So he makes the excuse that, well, I can say what I want to say because I'm not on here for money. Well, you're one out of 10 million. Because if you got a YouTube channel, you're on here trying to earn some money. And there's no shame in that. We're the only vloggers, probably on the universe, that people try to shame because we're monetized. Y'all can take that foolishness somewhere else. I'm proud of that. It's hard to get monetized on YouTube. And you're a damn lie if you say you're not going to take that money if you ever get to that point. Or like some of them said, I'm going to donate all my money to the charity when I get not 1 cent. But he's ripping them up one side down the other. Oh, they told you not to get married and they married and all this and all that, right? But you got guys like Ozzy who says, oh, Cambodia is good. And he'll probably say, oh, the Philippines is good. Despite what we say, At some point, it's all about the individual. But we want to blame the vlogger that we're not telling the truth. We're not giving a real account of what life is really like over here, but I think I do. All you got to do, guys, instead of listening to these people, look at the life that they're living. Hey, John Gomez. Robert Dames says, my 13 principles never change, non-negotiable. I hear you. But remember, time and gravity are undefeated. And sometimes, man, we have to lower them standards if you want to be happy. Otherwise, you're gonna be by yourself, man. Because I don't think there's a woman anywhere that can meet some of these standards. I told the guy the other day, we just talking, it's just a conversation. I said, you got to get on that bike and ride it and fall off a few times. And then you'll get a real understanding of what you're dealing with over here. You got to go on out there and date. There's nothing wrong with that. Dating women here and having friends, what two adults agree to is nobody else's business. But to just sit back and wait on the perfect woman to come, man, you're going to be waiting a long time, probably forever. I love that John says, true, Cal. We're not bottles of wine to get better with age. You got to face reality. And that's what the discussion is about. When all else fails, lower your standards over here. Because what we do is, I'm a 2 in America, but I want to come over here and I'm cutting it off. You got to be an 8 and above before I date you because you're in the Philippines. And we're taught, that women, Western women, American women are the standard. So I'd be lowering my standards if I dated a 5 or 6 over here. Foolishness. That's foolish thinking. And that's why you haven't met anybody. Thank you, Jacob. He took the words right out of my mouth. But we come over here, broken down. We can't see. We can't hear. We're being led around by these women, and we want to have these higher standards. I can't see you, but you better be a 10. Okay? Yeah, Ed lives over there. But the point I was trying to make is you're always going to get two sides of that coin, Frank. He says, if you want to know about Cambodia, just talk to Ed Travels. Yeah. He's been on here before. He was on my panel before. Who lives there? You had him on your panel, Cal. Yeah. But the guy I'm talking about, Eric Cherry, he's a world traveler now. He's been all over, and he don't play. I was in Thailand with him. Trust me. He's got exquisite taste. He's got money. He's a doctor, And he just said it was a dump. He said he liked the Philippines better. So it's always going to come down to a personal choice. That's all. But when he said that, I'm saying thank you, because now if I ever go to Cambodia, I'm winning. I'm in a no-lose situation. I'm looking for it to be a dump. And even if it's 2 degrees higher than a dump, I'm winning. But we come over here, man, with this wishful thinking. We're looking for a miracle. That's what a lot of you guys are looking for. If y'all have heard some of these stories that have been told to me, Tita Chan said, hey, Cal, this guy who said Cambodia's a dump, I wonder if he's an infrastructure guy. I'm playing with house money. I'm going to Cambodia. Now, this guy knows what he's talking about. That's why it kind of knocked me down. And he's been there 20 times. This is just his view. Now, if you talk to Ed Travels, who lives there, you're going to get something different. But you can't blame the vlogger. Ed Travels is a vlogger. If he says, oh, Cambodia is this and that, and that's why I live here, and look at my life, I'm doing good, and then you go over there and flop, you're going to throw him under the bus? You can't do that. You got to take some responsibility. What's up, King Arthur? That's all I'm saying. And Michael Beach of Life, he messaged me on WhatsApp and with this. He said, look, this is what you've been talking about for the longest on your live streams about the things that these Filipino vloggers can get away with that we can't. The name of the video is Tickle My Panties. And I'm like, wow, you're gonna learn a whole lot from that video about how to come to the Philippines and assimilate and get started and all of that, become an expat. So I said, well, let me just look at some of these other titles just to poke fun at the whole YouTube. Guys, y'all take it too seriously, really, we do. This is YouTube. It's no different than Facebook. Okay, Facebook even got videos now. But really it is. And I think Filipinos are thumbing their nose at YouTube by coming up with this stuff. Because if I came up with it, I'm deported. I'm blacklisted forever. Okay. Slow or hard? The preferences of Filipinos in bed. Okay. Are Filipinos orally talented? All of these is about Filipinos, by the way. Because I've been accused of sexualizing women with this BBC video. Small dick problems in the Philippines. And remember, they try to run me over the coals for the Fantastic 4 inches. But here's a Filipino that makes this. Small dick problems in the Philippines. Crickets. Okay. Filipino bedroom secrets. What do Filipinos want in the bedroom? What Filipinos fear in bed? I can go on and on to prove my point that the only people exploiting Filipinos are Filipinos. But I told y'all that a long time ago. When I faced those charges, I said, that's why I'm backing away from it, so that you can clearly see who's doing the exploiting. They're basically feeding these young girls to these men out here, man. It's cringy. But I'm not picking on them. I'm just making a point. Get out my case. Get out my back. Y'all making shit up about me when it's right there in front of you who's really doing it. Hey, Willis Boykins, thanks for the super chaser. America's a dump at the moment. Yeah, see, it's all going to come down to the man. Some of us got to look in the mirror, man, and just be honest about the situation. We're 60, 70, 80 years old, and we got these old high-ass standards. I can see if you're still capable of carrying those standards, but if you're not, if age and if time and gravity has got a hold of your ass, it's time for you to look at reality. Says lots of these guys struggle over in the West too, and they go over there with big expectations. This is exactly what I'm saying, This is perfect. This is exactly what this blog is about. Sometimes, guys, it's okay to lower your standards. To win, we're not saying don't have no standards. We're saying to lower them messed up standards you got. They're so high to get in the way of your happiness over here. There's no woman over here that's ever going to meet those standards. There's no lifestyle over here that's ever going to meet those standards you got. You might as well go somewhere else. I don't know where you will be able to meet those standards. I mean, crazy standards. When I was talking to this guy, the Beach of Life said, Robert, more like different expectations. If you don't merge our kids, it narrows the field a bit. Yeah, I'm just talking about, hey, M, thanks for that super sticker. I'm talking about we want them to look a certain way. We want them to be a certain intelligence. I mean, way up there. Okay, we want them to have their own career, their own money, their own job. You're over here. You got to temper them expectations, man. If you're getting that type of information from vloggers, then turn the channel. Find somebody that's really going to talk to you in real time. That's going to tell you about life as it really is over here. I try to do it. It's a lot nittier and a lot grittier over here, but it's not my place to talk about that stuff. Ozzy 411 says, I come from Miami, baby. We know how to do it right. Hey, Ken, he said, good point, Cal. Yeah, we come over with some crazy expectations, man. It's crazy. And we place them on these women. And then we wonder why they're lonely. 3 months in the Philippines, and the guy who we were all talking to, he's going to try to justify it. I said, man, you know good and well, that's crazy to be in the Philippines and not even meet somebody, not even being on a date, not even to get the girlfriend experience or anything like that. Either he's a social misfit or his standards are so high, no woman ever meet him. But to be over here for over 3 months without a date, something's going on. Something's wrong there. Okay? Chase Uber says, same. No more fake hair. Just be yourself. How hard is that? Yeah, I mean, that's not even a high standard. You see? That's a realistic standard. I want a woman with real hair and real nails and real eyelashes. Is that asking too much? I'm with you, Chase. And that's what I'm talking about. Those are realistic expectations, guys. But to come over here and say, oh, I'm only going to date doctors and nurses. Okay, good luck. I had a guy that said that. And you know whose woman is now? He's dating a beautiful woman, but she's a security guard. Okay? But he was like that when during the pandemic, we chatting back and forth. Oh, how many nurses you know there? Are there any nurses associations? Because that's all I'm going to deal with over there. I said, okay. Have you ever been to a Philippines? No. So he comes over here, meets a beautiful, intelligent woman. But her job just happens to be a security guard. He lowered his standards and boom. When all else fails, lower your damn unrealistic standards. You know what I'm saying? Most of these people calling you a loser, bro, might not even have a passport. I know. Those are the ones that we get the most pushback for. They'll never come over here. They're armchair alphas. That's what I call them. They got all the answers. Everybody's a simp. When I retired at 55 years old, I had nothing else to prove in the Matrix. I did it all over there. What else was it to prove? Passport X said today's black women don't even have an identity anymore. I date whoever I want to date. That's right. But, you know, we're not picking on women or anything like that. I'm just saying I was told I was a sellout. They always say that, oh, you sold out. You should be with a strong black woman. Well, what constitutes a strong black woman? I mean, I already had a mother. Kurt Sally says, you got mad haters, Cal. Yeah, I know, because they don't like what I just happen to have brown skin. That's all it is, guys. I had nothing to do with that. I was born with that. But when you happen to have brown skin and you speak your mind and you don't kiss nobody's behind and you stand on your business, they don't like it. They got a problem with it. They feel threatened. Why? That BBC video, man, it triggered some people, man. It let me know who's who, really. Because they made that video out of everything that it wasn't. It was simply a video about, I've been over here on and off for 15 years, going on 15 years in April. When I used to first come to the Philippines, very seldom did I see black men, even though they were here. I just didn't see them. Now we're stumbling over each other. In a little place like San Carlos City, there's black men running around here, man, dating, marrying, living here. Another BBC just moved to San Carlos City. I helped him get his apartment. But I can't talk about real life stuff. I can't, if I just say that, people get offended. I'm like, why? I'm just telling you what I'm seeing, what I'm living, what I'm experiencing. I'm a vlogger. I'm going to talk about what's going on around me. There's more and more black men coming over here. That's why I don't talk about that cringy stuff. Oh, the Filipinos love black men because I'm a black man, okay? I said, yeah, they still sending you that strong black woman static. Yeah, I'm a sellout, I'm a loser, and that means y'all sellouts and losers when you exercise your options out here, because what you're looking for is out here somewhere, guys. It's not on that little dot you've been living on your whole life. Grow some balls. Take them from around your neck and put them back where they belong and get out here and explore. Exercise your options, man, and you're going to see that I'm telling you the truth. The business opportunity. It's probably out here somewhere. If you're looking for romance, it's probably out here. I got tired of dating somebody else's woman. I've been through all of that. I mean, what I don't know won't hurt me. Okay, was Marilyn a virgin? No. But I've never seen her boyfriends. They never come around. Okay, so what I don't know don't hurt me. But when I'm at home dating those women, you may get a knock at 12 o'clock in the morning where he's still in his feelings. And you over there, he wants to fight you, fight her, and all that. This happened to me several times over there. So whatever you're looking for is probably out here. Okay, I'm just telling you. Hey, Dual and May says, good morning, everybody. Happy holidays. Yeah, they go down in America. He says your options really go down in America as you get older. That's why older sex dudes come over there to make their mindset feel younger. They are going to get exposed when she comes back to America. They may or they may not. Well, you're talking about successful men, though, Pierre. The live stream today is talking about the men who come over here who cannot get a woman. As hard as that is to believe, it's true. They struggle to hit their stride over here, to gain any ground at all. They're angry. First at the vlogger, then at the Philippines, then at the Filipina. They're saying they're not all that y'all say it is. It's not happening over there like y'all are presenting it on YouTube. It is. But you got to look in the mirror, man. It is happening over here for thousands and thousands of people. Hey, what's up, Sammy? That's Sammy. I walked right past Sammy. I was getting off the boat one time, the ferry in Dumageddon, and I walked right by him. I see this lady, this is a lady. I walked past her, and then next thing you know, it says, Kuya, it's me, Sammy. I didn't know. I'm sorry, Sammy, but I told Sammy, I said, you should have said something. Well, actually, he didn't say anything to me. He waited, and then he messaged me. He said, that was me on the dock. And I was like, well, why didn't you say something? But I met him face to face before. Hey, Ron Scudder, thanks for that super chat. He said, Cal, you would think they'd show some gratitude for the opportunity they've been presented with. Some will never change, even 8,000 miles away. Yeah, I know for facts, Ron, that we have to change some of these unrealistic expectations that we place on the women and the world, really. It's just, they're just unrealistic. When you're young and you fighting to make it, you pushing yourself to the front, it's okay to have those high expectations like that. But when you're 60, 70, 80 years old and you're no longer towing the line, it's okay to lower your standards. If you're 80, and you really are, because you're coming over here dating a 50-year-old woman if you're 80, or a 40-year-old woman. And she may not have the education you have, certainly not the income you have. But if you want a woman over here that all she's got, because I've had guys, y'all seen them come on here, Oh, it's got to be 50-50. If I go out on a date, this guy's been on this live stream that said that. When I come there, we're going to go half and half on everything. I'm like, man, you got to stay your ass over there. You don't know where you are. Hey, Vincent Everson, he says, hey, Cal, the chocolate man living in his van in California now, traveling around. That's messed up. I think it's brilliant, really. I think it's brilliant. It's a brilliant idea. Now, I don't know why he did it. It's none of my business. But he removed himself from this cluttered-ass genre over here. Vloggers were stumbling over each other. Now he no longer has to compete with the videos tickle my panties. How can you compete with that? I can't do it. Okay? So I don't even try to compete anymore. I can't compete with that. Are Filipinas orally talented? This is coming from top vloggers, by the way. How can I compete with that? I can't do it. So I think it was a brilliant idea for him to do that. And it's his life. But he separated himself from this cluttered genre. And I wish I could. But too much is hanging on my YouTube channel. It's how I earn my living. But they'll knock me for it. They'll say, I'm weak for that. How? I think it's quite amazing, man, that I got a place that I'm able to do that. But they'll try to knock me. They'll try to say they're above me because they don't have to do it. This is the type of thinking that messes us up over here. This superiority complex that most of us have coming from over there. Sit your ass down. You're not talented enough to come on here and earn any money. Because if you could, you would do it. They can do it because we made it popular. But do you think, so how do they respond? They come at me. The Filipinos who we helped get to the top, who we made this place, we helped make it so popular where they can get online and earn big money doing that, but they never even say thank you. What time is the travel says, I dated all races of women, not generalized, but black women after she pulled off her hair and makeup and eyelashes, she looked like a man. I ran fast. My preference has always been Asian women. They're all natural. And that's all it boils down to is your preference. But we're talking about when all else fails, lower your standards. When guys come over here and you're struggling, because what time is it, child? I'm not going to lie to you, man. Y'all heard me talk about the dreamer. Okay, she's 22 now. There's guys that come over here. She introduces them to her friends. They can't take it any further. Okay, for one reason or the other. Or she's from the mountains, or she doesn't have the education or the money, or they're just social misfits, whatever it is. It's not like we didn't try. And there's nothing wrong with getting on the bicycle and riding for a little while, just to see, how am I going to know what constitutes a good relationship over here, or a good business deal, or a good lifestyle like condominium, if I don't get on that bicycle? If I'm just standing back looking all the time, thinking that I've got some type of ESP that I know just from looking how things are. It's never going to work. BTK Savage says, so in America, black women say black men are nothing but duds, so why are they mad when you travel to the Philippines? It's because we can't paint all black women with that brush. Because trust me, man, there's some black women who don't give a damn that you come into the Philippines or Thailand. They're not looking at you. They're too busy over there living their lives. Every black man or every American man is not getting on the plane leaving. Some people are actually happy over there. The overwhelming majority, I would say, are happy. Okay, so I'm not going to paint them all with that brush. There's some fine ass sisters, man, that I would date, but they just don't want me. You know, I'm 60 now. See, so time and gravity means a whole lot more over there than it does over here. So I'm exercising my options, BTK Savage. That's all I'm doing. So if somebody wants to get mad at me for that and say, you know what, you're a loser. You can't get a woman in your own country, or you can't get a job in your own country, then okay, it's none of my business what people say it and stuff like that. Hey, retired 2019 said, Cal, I've never seen a man that's in shape and has his money right have problems getting women. Yeah, you're right. But it's what kind of women? My choice is, y'all already know where I stand with that. I don't have a problem getting women in America. I don't have a problem with women in America. The problem I have are my options, retired 2019. I don't want to date 50 and 60 and 65-year-old women. They're just too old for me. My preference is somebody younger because I'm still active. I'm not going to church every Wednesday and Sunday. I don't want a woman on the motherboard. I have no desire to be a deacon or usher and all of that. And that's really what they're assigning me to once I get a certain age over there. If I do anything outside of that little parameter they try to put me in, if I step outside of there, I'm a nasty old man. Something's wrong with me. It's not. I got preferences. I'm not dead. I'm still alive. I don't want a woman where I got once a month sex. Come on, guys. Because I'm going to talk a little bit about that too. Because as we approach the end of another year, have you checked off any bucket list items? We're going to talk about that in a minute. But I just like talking about this because I want to help somebody. Lowering your standards doesn't mean getting a dud over here. It's probably going to mean a whole new world opening up around you if you just loosen up a little bit. Some of you guys are just too tight, man. It's not like you got to marry anybody or anything like that. Hell, just get to know the woman and see, you know, if there's a connection. Yeah, among other things, BTK Savage, he said black men have a better chance in the Philippines because the stereotype doesn't fall in there. And white men and Asian men and Latinos, because they're just not as shallow over here as we are in the West. Man, we got some messed up ways of thinking over there. The superiority complex, number one. That's what really, I've got a pet peeve about that with Americans. We think we're superior, guys. No, I'm not talking bad about God. I never talk bad about God. If you just live your religion and everybody else did, I would be fine. Okay? I'm talking about I'm giving up on religion. I didn't tell you to, Champ Link 808, so I don't think you come on here for. I mean, where you been? Go on YouTube, you see millions of videos that they're debating. You got anti-theists and atheists against people. There's no proof that God doesn't exist. I never said that. I just said I've given up on it. Okay? Sorry. I don't knock nobody. If you keep this up, you're going to get off of here. See, this is the reason why you can't deal with some Christians. They're bullies. I made that. If you don't believe, imagine we can disagree on everything else and no have a problem. But if I say, you know what, I don't believe that because I haven't been convinced, it doesn't mean that it's not true. I just said I'm not convinced yet. Okay, there's not been enough evidence to convince me. So now here comes guys like him. Make another statement like this and you out of here, man. If you can't practice what you preach, then get over here. That's the problem I have with y'all. Y'all hypocrites. Yeah, yeah. He's not gonna get one from me. These are the guys, they're not open-minded enough. Okay? Just live your damn religion. That's all. No, I'm not knocking God. If I don't think God exists, I'm not knocking him. Him. I even call him a him. So I'm not knocking him. If I don't believe he exists, hey, David, he says, Cal, those many, many expats who flock to Southeast Asia who can't get a woman there, well, obviously they never had a woman where they came from. Or they got divorced, or they don't like the options like me. It's not that I can't get a woman there, David. I don't want a 60-year-old woman. I don't care what they look like. And some guy got in there. Well, what about, what's the woman's name, that Hispanic lady? The Latino woman who's real nice looking still, well, on Instagram and stuff. You don't know what she really looks like naked. But what's her name? Sayak or something. What's that lady's name? Yeah, see, that's the problem. Y'all pray too much. Y'all too lazy for me. Because your prayers are doing nothing. People over here starving. But that's the way y'all opt out of really helping and really doing something. Oh, I'm gonna pray for you. No, I need help. Don't pray for me. I need your help. Floyd said, Chocolate Man is visiting the places he always wanted to go and never went. That's why he does van life. I don't know why he does it, but I know it was a brilliant idea to even just to watch genre for a little while and do something else, but retain your channel. See, he can say he wants a reset. He didn't say it. He just did it. But if I said, "Oh, you're running off from your family and this and that," no, I'm not. This guy, that was a brilliant move on his part. But people can't see it because they want him staying in that box that they've constructed for him. See, you're supposed to just talk about Thailand. You better stay in your lane. He said, F you and this box. I'm traveling the United States in a van. Don't care what you think. None of my business what you think. And he's still getting the views. He still got the followers. Because that's true freedom right there. It's doing what you want to do. When you want to do it, how you want to do it, not sitting around worrying about what people think. Oliver Freeman said, Calvin, you're correct. I met my wifey and she has treated me with decency and respect. We have enjoyed ourselves and will continue to be positive examples of what is possible. I love my queen, Eileen. Yeah. See, I didn't come over here with them high-ass standards. Okay? I just didn't. And that helped me. Because I was able to meet more people. I was able to fit in a little bit easier. I've seen guys come over here, they don't even want to sit down at the people's house, man. Oh, it's okay, I've been sitting all day, they'll say. They think they're too good, that they're above the people over here, man. We learned that too late. You're not. Remember what I said on the video? The blood from the poorest Filipino can save the life of the richest oligarch around the world, guys. Nature has a way of balancing things out. You may have money, you may have lifestyle, but what else you got over there? I was emailing with my son's mother. She's been in America this year 10 years. And I said, well, what do you think? She said, I thought it was the land of milk and honey. It's not easy, you know. Yeah, we're certainly number one, Mitch. But yeah. Hey, Michael Alexander, what's going on? Yeah, see, so now you want to, instead of agreeing, you know, yeah, you stay over there with them cheeks. Are they even real? He said, yeah, y'all black men keep listening to Calvin, leaves me more black women here to clap those cheeks. Yeah, that's okay. I'm not disrespecting God. You know, you're disrespecting God. I probably have a more moral life than you. You a Bible thumper. That's all you are. Because if all of you hypocrites were really righteous people, you're just self-righteous, the world would be a lot better place. But you got preachers sucking penises and all that kind of stuff. You clapping cheeks. Here you are over here on a Filipino site with that foolishness. Knowing good and well what you're going to come over here with. You conveniently put that Bible underneath the damn mattress while you clapping cheeks. I'm not switching up nothing. It's something called free thought, and I'm practicing mine. If you want to practice that, good. Yeah, he said, Nature Child says, I'm 50, they don't want me. Yeah, I'm 60, they don't want me. You know, they don't want me. And I certainly don't want them. Because time and gravity are undefeated. I don't want a woman whose breasts are where her stomach is supposed to be, and the stomach is where her knees are supposed to be. And that's what it is with most women my age. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, he says America loves young women. That's right. Yeah, there's some fine sisters out there, man. I'm not knocking black women. I'm not going to paint them with that brush. But I'm saying I don't want a 60-year-old nothing. You can give me a 60-year-old Miss Universe, and I don't want her. I'm sorry. I don't want her. Yeah, I'm not ready to play bingo. I'm not ready to do all that stuff. Yeah, this is what it all boils down to. Bronx 100 National Park to visit in the USA. They're gonna get mad at you for doing something that they're afraid to do. He said a lot of men are really afraid to exercise their options. Some of them tough guys, okay, won't even get on a plane. They've never been out of the United States. Everything they know about Southeast Asia, they're learning from YouTube. That's sad. Okay, that's really sad. Yeah, once a month, Frank. I'm not going for that. And then you gotta go to Walgreens and get all. You gotta have a damn what do they call it? The class where chemistry class worth of supplies just to oil her damn machine up. I ain't got time for that. I don't have time for that. What's up, Eric Terry? And see, here's Eric Terry. He said that to him, Cambodia was a dump. He said it makes the Philippines look like Disneyland. And I respect his opinion. So now if and when I go to Cambodia, I'm going to be playing with house money. Because I'm expected to be a dump. If it's better, then hell, I'm winning. But then Ali comes on here and says, that's nice. It's going to depend on the individual, not the blogger. They're throwing us under the bus. They're saying we're not telling the truth because when they get off the plane, the women aren't lined up with flowers. So they're saying we're lying about what's going on over. We're not lying. Hey, Kesman Flowers, he says, hey man, to those who pay you, Cal. Yeah, I mean, I knew that was coming when I made the video because people aren't open-minded, first of all. Second of all, I'm not unique. I mean, imagine there's people who get paid millions of dollars to go and debate that stuff. I'm not one of them. I wish I was, but every day, every moment that passes, our life is drawing closer to the end, guys. You don't have to believe it. So I'm going to say whatever I want to say. I'm going to get it all out there. I don't want to take anything to my grave. Okay, so when we talk about the bucket list, I'm checking out some stuff for 2023. See, I'm accomplishing things, okay, that I set out to accomplish. I haven't given up. I'm not sitting back on the couch. So if these guys want to criticize me, okay, I'm going to get it out there to leave something behind for my kids and grandkids. Ask my grandfather, look at him, what he said. I'm not going to leave one stone unturned if I have anything to do with it. So if y'all want to live those hesitant, halting lifestyles, go ahead. It's your life. But time's not running out. Your life is. He says, I have no religion. I have spirituality. Yeah, I mean, they're bullies, man. We can disagree on anything, but if you disagree and say, well, I don't believe that. I haven't been convinced. Oh, now all of a sudden, you're the devil. You're evil. But we can do everything else. We can go on Walking Street together, pay for two bar girls, go back to the same hotel, do our business, and come back out. But the minute I say, well, I don't believe that story. I don't believe that somebody has a personal interest in my life. Oh, hell breaks loose. Meanwhile, you doing everything I'm doing. Tell me something that you self-righteous Christians can do morally that I can't do. Okay, and all the evil that I've ever done, you've done too. So shut up with that stuff. Well, I've never talked about religion, go-getter. I never said Christians, really. I never said Muslims. I never said all the other 2,000. Y'all can't even get along together. The Jehovah's Witnesses, the Nation of Islam, all of that, y'all fighting each other. Now, this is the real thing. This is the real thing. You can't even come together for that. That's all I'm saying. But I don't put down religion. I come from America. It's in the First Amendment. Go look it up. You have the right to practice your religion and beliefs or not to practice religion. I just choose not to practice it. I mean, I'm not better than anybody else, but don't give me that stuff. Okay? Y'all come over here, you get with these young girls, and then you want to talk about Jesus to me. That's being hypocrite. Sorry. Yeah. You know, they can't handle the truth. The same guys that's on here talking about all of being so self-righteous and religious are over here screwing girls in these bars and everything else. That's hypocrisy to me. Now, and then they always, well, we all fall short of the glory. Okay, then. Instead of having the same patience for me as their Lord and Savior does, you know, because they're supposed to be following in his footsteps, they'll kill you for that. They'll kill you over religion. So be quiet. Yeah, that's right. Let everybody else do the same. That's all. That's basically all it is. And some guy says, oh, yeah, well, if you don't believe, just keep that to yourself. But you, as a believer, you can scream your beliefs from the top of the mountain. See, that's hypocrisy to me. And y'all full of hypocrites in there. He said, am I supposed to marry her first? Exactly. Yeah. Well, you know, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Because, you know, people always saying, oh, well, it's your free will and the evils in the world because of free will and sin. Well, it has nothing to do with these natural disasters and catastrophes that happen on a daily basis, killing millions and millions of innocent men, women, and babies, by the way. And only person or spirit or God who can do anything about it sits around with folded arms. Okay? And animals, by the way. And microorganisms, by the way. If you think that those microorganisms crawled onto that ark, you're stupid. Okay, so be quiet talking to me. I use my brain today. If the answer's always God, then why even care? I mean, why don't you just kill yourself then, since you know you're going to heaven? Yeah, I mean, they're going to do, okay, the guy who cheated me out of money when I needed it the most, I helped him. His career was dead. His insurance career was dead in the water. I rescued him, put him on a path to where now he's probably earning $200,000-$300,000 a year. And how he pays me back? He's a Muslim. He goes and takes my files, steals the money. I needed it to get back home. And then when I get back home, he has the nerve to say, "Oh, here's your money." Well, I don't need it now, but give it to me anyway. That's all I'm saying, guys. You know better than me. Shut up. Yeah, it's they believe it, but they want to jump on me like I'm the only one who's not convinced. They say that 80% of Americans profess to believe in God, right? But really, it's only about 30% because the other 50%, they're afraid. They know that if they say it, they can't run for office, can't run for public office. It's going to be hard as hell to get a job once they find that out, right? And all kinds of stuff. It's hypocrisy, guys. Yeah, they're bullies. This is what I call them. Because they want to push that stuff on you. It should be good enough that you're going to heaven. Leave me alone. I'm able to deal with my circumstances and my decisions. Okay? If that God you're serving is that damn petty, he's seeing all the work I'm doing down here. And I want to be around people who want to genuinely be around me and do good. Not somebody that's just doing it because they're afraid somebody's watching and they don't want hell damnation. What kind of beneficent God even creates eternal hell and punishment? Man, y'all better get out of here with all that stupid stuff. I'm supposed to suspend my belief just to get on my intelligence, just to get along with you. Keep scrolling, man. That's all y'all got to do. But don't come over here with me. No, I'm not. I'm telling you about me, Phantom Official. I'm talking about me. That whole video was about me, not you. Just keep your beliefs to yourself. Bullshit. But they can shout it from the top of the mountains. Yeah. That's what the guy said on YouTube the other day. Christopher Hitchens, he said, remember Bush's No Child Left Behind? Well, in the Catholic churches, no child's behind left. They over screwing, and then they come in front of the pulpit on Sunday and preach you the message that they're abusing these kids. Sorry. No, I'm saying they're telling me to be quiet, BK Savage. Okay. My mother was the only God I ever knew. Well, if that's what you want to believe, man, that's crazy belief. If you want to believe it, you're just as crazy in what you believe, and you're saying that I don't believe. So let's get off the religion, guys. Okay, because most of y'all are nothing but hypocrites. Yeah, he said religion's like, yeah, I get worked up because I've been dealing with this ignorance, BTK Savage, my whole life. Okay? Just let me be. Quit forcing that stuff. And every time they get in front, like Every time you see somebody, oh, thank God, and God is good. But yet, children are starving to death for no reason of their own. Droughts, famine, all sorts of catastrophes. And he stands by and does nothing. Miss me with that stuff. Yeah, I'm getting it. Yeah, but in your Bible, they don't say anything about that because they didn't know anything about that then. Yeah, absolutely. There's 3 million gods. Which one are you talking about? That's all I'm saying. Yeah, thank you. Here he is. He says, Casman Flowers, thanks for that super chat. He says, how about you religious people donate to Calvin and not just thoughts and prayers? Yeah, when people are starving, yeah, I'm going to send you my thoughts and prayers. All you guys are doing is it's their lazy way of getting out from really helping people. No, I'm sorry. The Asian woman I relate, no older really. I met Marilyn when she was 36, retired 2019. Said, Cal, what is the age limit of a woman that you would date? I'm going to say from about 23 up to about 40. But remember, I'm with Marilyn. Marilyn's 41 now. I met her when she was 36. Anything after that, right? If me and her broke up today, I'm going to that 23 to 30, to 40 range. Because that's the condition I'm in. I can carry that. Okay. Now, as I get older and time steps in and gravity steps in, and I can no longer carry that weight, retired 2019, obviously it's going to go up. Reality is going to set in. He said, Cal, life is short. Do what makes you happy. That's all I'm saying, guys. That's all. He said 35 is as low as I'll go. Well, what's the age limit? So what's the oldest, Floyd? He says, I wonder how some 23-year-old box would be like. See, that's why I say, but we come over here and we have the nerve to think we're dating down. And people say that. That's how you sell out. You can't get a woman at home. But it's a woman. And then they'll say, on the other hand, all women are the same anyway. So is there no different over there? Okay, yeah, there's a big difference between a 23-year-old and a 60-year-old. Because I know what my limit is over there. Okay? Vince said, I would choose relocating before changing realistic standards, especially since you say most first relationships don't work. Improving their budget and standards of living is recommended. Yeah, we're just talking about, okay, when men come over here, Vince, some men, not all. Remember, I meet hundreds of men, a whole lot more than you do. And that's why I make these videos and things that I do, just based on what I'm seeing, what I'm living, what I'm experiencing. They're struggling to meet a woman here. And either they're social misfits or they got some extreme standards that no one will ever be able to meet. Because if you're a decent man, okay, in your right state of mind, you got a pension, you got everything else, you're in the 1%. There's no reason you shouldn't be dating over here. There's no reason you should be wandering around in the Philippine wilderness by yourself. Something's wrong. Yeah, that's the problem. I'm happier than they are. He says he don't want. Yeah, so everybody's got they age limit. You know, it's not the age that concerns me. It's the maturity that concerns me. While I'm asleep with my clothes off, if somebody taking pictures and videos to use against me, excuse me, in the event we break up. See, that's immature. All right, or making up some false charges because they're angry. Because see, it's about revenge over here a lot of times. That's another thing we learned too late. I was just reading in the paper, one of the stars over here, she was got a baby with a foreigner. Well, they broke up and he started fooling with another woman. Well, she got him deported. She told on him. She said, yeah, he was working over here on a tourist visa. And of course, they ruled against him. They got a warrant out now for his deportation. And that's all he did really, was break up with the lady. Yeah. That's all he did, was break up with the lady. Yeah, you're not going to give anybody nothing, BTK. You out of here with talking like that, man. Come on, guys. Hey, thank you, man. You know, that's all it is. You know, it wouldn't be a problem. Like I said, people just practice what they preach, but they don't. Yeah, they can be easily vindictive, man. I've never had a woman over here that I didn't break up with that didn't suddenly say something like that. I can have you blacklisted, is what my son's mother said. Then my wife, soon to be ex-wife, said, I can cause you a lot of trouble over there. And I'm like, well, where'd that come from? After all that we've done together, and, you know, remember, I did bring you over on that visa and give you a new life. Now, all of a sudden, you can cause me a whole lot of trouble over here. I mean, it comes out of left field, man. You're like, wow. Yeah, maturity's not overrated. It's not. Age is, though. Age is overrated. Robert Dane said, priests don't take a vow of chastity. They take a vow of celibacy. Big difference. Well, they didn't take a vow to rape children. They've already backed off of a whole lot of the crazy stuff that they were saying before. Now they're saying there's no hell. They're saying when you die, you receive the grace of God. Yeah, but you know, this woman had a lot of power because she's famous. They got a daughter together, you know, but his lawyer asked her, they said, well, you knew when y'all were together, you knew that he was working on a tourist visa and you didn't turn him in then. Why are you turning him in now? And she said, yeah, I lied. You know, she admitted to that, but she knew that he's out of here now. He can never come back. What if they don't have your real name? Immigration has your real name, man. Michael, immigration does. They got your real name. And believe it or not, although we're invisible to the masses, you're not invisible to the powers that be over here. Okay, so the barangay captain, he knows you're here. But yeah, the immigration's got your real name. He said, yeah, but not the lady. But see, the lady, I mean, but why would you come over here with that crazy stuff anyway? I don't want nothing to do with that. I mean, why would you come over here with all that hiding and stuff? See, this is the problem we got. This is why I can't get any interviews. Men that come over here, they don't want to be interviewed, and I respect that because they're hiding and stuff. These other channels, you see them all the time. They're interviewing people, getting another perspective, not just mine. But when people come to visit me, oh, I don't want to go on camera, man. I'm like, well, what are you running for? You hiding for? Yeah, that drives the bone. You got to have a chemistry classroom full of all them KY jelly and all that old stuff. Then you got to worry about, is she in the right mood today? That one time a month, one time a week stuff, and try to get anything else but missionary, good luck. It's misery. But you're supposed to do that, just because, your religion tells you that. You can't get a divorce. If you get a divorce and you fool with somebody else, it's adultery and all that other crazy stuff. I'm sorry. I'm opting out of that. I don't. I just use my phone, man. But I'm going to get, he says, Raban says, hey, Calvin, what GoPro you use for GoPro for your vlog? I don't. I just use my phone. He says, hey, I haven't seen those panels. I can't get anybody to come on here that's really interesting. They don't want to come on here because they know y'all gonna ask them questions that they don't want to answer. And then when you do bring people on here, the next thing you know, they're making videos about you, putting you down. So yeah, I kind of got away from that, but it'll come back around when there's the time for it. When there's a time for it. He said, all dried up with no place to go. Yeah, oh man. Brock's 100 National Parks to visit in USA said they have women back home they think will see them on your channel. Speak like a real man. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. They don't want people because they think they're superior. They think that the Philippines is beneath them to come here out in the open. They talking about, Floyd says, oh, everybody doesn't want a public life. You got a public life, whether you realize it or not. There's nothing private about what you're doing. Especially if you come over here, there's CCTVs everywhere. You know what you're doing, and the person and the people you with know what you're doing. There's nothing private about that. But if you come over here and you want to hide and give the woman, he's talking about giving the woman a fake name. I don't want nothing to do with that. Well, I'm not going to deal with no threats either. Chase says, Cal, my fiance told me that if I cheat on her, that she'll call Rafi Tufo. I don't have plans of that, but it almost felt like a red flag. Well, it is. What can he do about that? All you got to do is get on a plane and leave. I mean, there's no law against cheating unless you're married over here. Oh, you're welcome. No, it's just the people who are not being open-minded and keep on, just practice what you preach. Look this up, greed and gluttony, okay? Because you'll get blocked if you come on here with that stuff, with all that bully stuff. Because we don't care what you believe. Just believe it. But when it comes over in my lane, that's when I got to put my hand up. I don't care what you believe. Just practice what you preach, hypocrite. The world's all messed up, but where's all the Christians when you need them? And religious people when you need them? They fighting wars and stuff. So, yeah. Okay, yeah, put my my email up for Chase. Well, they become westernized the minute you start dealing with them, Casman Flowers. They don't have to come over there. The minute we change them, their life forever. They're never the same after dealing with us. We westernize them, but not so much that they have a strong culture, man, over here. I mean, if we were going to westernize the Philippines, I mean, imagine the Spanish colonized the Philippines for 350 years, in America for 50 years, and they came out of that with their culture, religion, traditions, customs, language still in check. That's real impressive to me. So a bunch of old men coming over here dealing with younger women is not going to change a whole lot. If the Philippines can take all of that and still be standing, how much more are they going to stand with us coming over here? So yeah, we westernize them. Look at Marilyn's life, or any woman I've dealt with. I mean, then you think she's going to go back? She will. She has to go back to working, and she lives a Western lifestyle right now. Yeah, nobody was blocked for being religious or believing in God. They were blocked for personally attacking others in the chat, including the host. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying, guys. We're not blocking people because, hell, most of the people in my support group here believe in God. I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, I would. Yeah, that's a red flag to me. Well, here's the thing. Most women are never going to do that. Most women that you meet over here, they've never been inside of a courtroom. Okay? And people would say anything, that law is on the books and they'll get you, but they're not going to go that route. What they'll do is try to, if she's really mad, she's going to start rumors about you and then try to get you deported or blacklisted. But the only way you can deal with that is to vet the women before you ever deal with them. But we don't do that. We try to vet them. Some guys say, how do you vet a woman from online? You can't do it. You got to come over and spend time with them. What's up, Alex? Yeah, I've seen it all, man. Yeah. It's just, hold on, man. Who is this guy? Are you stupid, man? How many times I done told you I built this house for my daughter? I mean, you guys, do y'all have anything better to do? I mean, really? Well, because they're haters, man. They thinking that I'm not going to help him live his best life over here. That's what the guy was talking about when he was talking about the Dumagetti vloggers. Hey, Jacob Chante, thank you. Yeah, there it is, Chase. Well, they're all great in the beginning. Make them mad. See, I was listening to, I don't know who it was. I think it was Dr. Dennis Kimbrough. He said, you never really know somebody until you've seen the 360 degrees of every person. You've seen her happy. Have you seen her sad, mad, scared, skeptical, envious, jealous? It's a lot we got to see in a person before you really know them. If you never saw those other traits, all you've seen is a happy. because it's usually a yes relationship we enter into, especially in the beginning. She's going to say yes to everything. You're going to say yes to everything. You can't get to know somebody that way. Yeah, they're American. Yeah, American. She lives in Westernized American as life here. Yeah, see, this is what I was saying earlier. If you dealing with people who are immature, and Vince said, as far as being vengeful, he said they will take unintended pictures of you while you're asleep, fellas, and be careful with pillow talk. It's just that's what's going to happen. He said, I'll make you a sign. Yeah, but I would. He said, you can't change the Filipino unless you want to change. The majority of Filipinos are going to side with her family over you anyway. Facts. He said, what time is the travel? So Cal studied theology for 4 years. I do believe in a higher being, but I'm not going to force my faith on nobody after all the hypocrites I've seen in church. Pastors got 3 teenage girls pregnant in the church. Yeah, I don't care. I honestly respect people's right to practice their religion and beliefs. I don't have any problem with that. But just respect my beliefs too. I mean, don't fall out with me because I don't believe what you believe. There's a lot of things I don't believe that you believe, but we can still get along, except when it comes to religion. This is what I don't understand. Okay? Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. If I didn't know you was a Christian, Mitch, it wouldn't matter anyway, even if I didn't. And if you didn't know that I was a non-believer, would it matter? I was a non-believer for years before I made that video. You've been knowing me all this time. I was a non-believer. I act the same before, during, and after. So what, are you going to be a hypocrite now and say, all the good he does? Look at Cal, he's a good guy, but I don't believe, so I'm the devil now? That's a crazy religion then you're dealing with. Well, you can do both. Casman Flower says, I'm in conflict between the Philippines and Thailand. Both have beautiful women, but Thailand just looks nicer. And I enjoyed it more over there than the Philippines, but Philippines is cheaper. Well, I don't really know. I know with the Philippines and Thailand, it just depends on the individual. I've been to Thailand, but it wasn't so good. Now, I was only there 5 days. Don't get me wrong. But I didn't see enough to make it take me away from the Philippines because I'm a simple guy. See, that's the problem with Thailand for me. I don't want all that hustle and bustle and all that stuff. Now, I'm pretty sure I can move out into the province and all the different places like that, but I don't want to be that shut off from society. But I'm simple. I don't need all that fancy stuff. But if you're a young guy, okay, wait. If you're a young guy and you like all that stuff and it's important to you, then why not? But it just depends on what it is you're looking for. You can go to both of them. They're only 2 hours apart. Well, no, but see, I remember I don't give a damn. Who does that? Anyway, remember, as every moment passes, Red Spaniel 65, our lives are coming to an end. It's running out. Do you think I'm going to cower and wonder about what people say on their channels and stuff? Or somebody that, trust me, remember the other day I told y'all, 99.9% of the people who watch my channel, good or bad, I will never meet. So it doesn't matter to me. I don't care what they say. But here's the thing. He says, you have been copying a lot of hate in the comments of a couple of vloggers. Okay. But these are Christians, majority of them, are religious people. Let me get off Christians. I didn't mean that. It's just something that's in my vocabulary. I apologize. But most of those people who claim to hate me so much, they proclaim their love for God. And that's what I got a problem with. Tim West says, amen, Calvin. Relationships usually work when the individuals take their time and grow together. Well, love takes time, man. Love takes time. Infatuation and love, you don't know the difference, except infatuation happens like this. There's no such thing as love at first sight. That's infatuation. They feel the same. You can't tell them apart. Your conscious mind can't tell the difference. It's over time that it develops into love. You're going to love somebody you never met, you just met. Do you love what they do for you? Yeah. Hey, Taj Blizzard, thanks for that super sticker. Well, you know, like I said, in my 60 years, I'm just not convinced. It doesn't mean, I'm not saying that God doesn't exist or there's no supreme being. I never said that. I'm just coming from a view of I'm not convinced. So I'm not all in. And if that's enough to get me thrown in hell forever and ever, I mean, what? My God. What kind of, I don't want to be, I don't want to serve a being like that anyway. It's just how it is, man. I don't want to be a slave. You know, they said, oh, you give you free will. That sounds like free will to me. That if I don't believe, if I don't follow, if I don't pray night and day, I'm going to hell. That's not free will, okay? That's slavery. He said, I feel it in my pants before it hits my heart. It's definitely love, yeah. But it's infatuation a lot of times over here. But let's switch gears for just a second, guys, because the year is coming to an end. And I want to ask y'all some stuff. Put it over here, please. Okay. As another year approaches the end, has anybody checked any bucket list items off their list? Put it over here. Did you lose any weight? Did you achieve a goal, a long-held goal that you've been struggling? Did you try and fail? What about, did you start exercising? Did you take the trip that you've been planning on taking for a long time? Did you stop smoking? Did you stop drinking? Did you stop any unhealthy behavior? Okay, did you overcome any fears? See, this is what Terry Pleasant says, don't fall in love with the P. But we'll be holding to a lot of things other than that. Other than that man up there. Money, certainly. If we practice religion and the way we praise money, things will be different. We pray for more of it. Yeah, he stopped drinking a year ago. He stopped drinking. Wow. He broke 80 in golf. Okay, he lost weight. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. He lost 10 pounds. I know one vlogger said he's lost 50 since he's been over here for 18 months. Emmanuel Jones says, Emmanuel Jones says, the Bible says, how can you hate your brother that you can see but love God who you can. Many Christians don't practice the principles. They probably don't know them. Well, I don't knock anybody for their beliefs, but most people are sheep. I was born a Christian because my mother was a Christian. I didn't have a choice. If I would have been born somewhere else, like say for instance Afghanistan or Iraq or Iran, I probably would have been a practiced Muslim. Or in Thailand, probably a Buddhist. India, maybe a Hindu, probably. So we really don't, we only go by what somebody tells us. And it tells you to suspend your intelligence. If this supreme being gave you this beautiful brain and then doesn't want you to use it, see, my problem with a lot of religion is it wants you to stop thinking. They call it faith-based for a reason. They want you to believe it with no proof at all. And then when you start giving proof otherwise, that's when the problems start. Just believe what you want to believe, man. But over in America, man, they're writing legislature and policy based off these crazy thoughts that they're having over there. See, that's when our founding fathers were smart enough to take God out of government. But now it's all mixed up over there now. Nobody follows the Constitution over there anymore. They might as well tear it up and throw it out the window. They only use it for their convenience, man. When you start making policy and legislation based off of your religious beliefs, you cross the line. You cross the line because God said, don't do it. Or God spoke to me. Yeah, you hearing shit, man. Nobody spoke to you. Oh, wow, Mitch said he lost 100 pounds. Just some health challenges got in the way of my travels. Hopefully 2024 will be the year. Yeah. Did you say everything, Mitch, that you felt needed to be said? Are you holding anything back? What are you holding back? And why are you even holding back? Nathaniel Drug Free said, well, Calvin, after my divorce, I've been working out like a prisoner. I'm looking good like you, man. Strange how being alone can be beneficial. It can be, but a lot of us, man, we can't be alone. I think that's my problem. I haven't been alone. I can't remember. You know, it's just something I'm being honest about. I can't remember. It would have to have been way back in I want to say my 20s, but I didn't give a damn then. Captain Flower said, I did lose weight, Cal. I used to be 363 and now I'm 303. Wow, that's 60 pounds, man. I quit drinking, doing drugs and tobacco. 2024, I plan on continuously improving. Yeah, guys, you know, did anybody try and fail? Yeah, I am. Thank you. Kobe Stewart said, Cal, I'm just looking for a decent woman. You know we got to go at 1 o'clock.
I'll just take a movie to the doctor first.
Okay. Say, hello, Cal. I'm just looking for a decent woman who got my back and I got her. She's open to learning new things as well as myself. How's that going, man? You going to tell me you can't find a woman like that in the Philippines? There's got to be a little bit more than that, Kobe. Come on, get honest with us. Michael Alexander says, I've lost 20 pounds, man. That's a lot. See, that's a tough weight to lose too right there, Michael. Because I'm right there. I really want to get down to about 190 or 185. It's so hard to get them pounds off when you're like that. Michael Henry says your significant other religious. She is, because those views must have some conflict. They don't. Why would they? Don't you think that they don't have non-believers here in the Philippines? You need to do more research. Okay, and if you want to talk about that being a problem over here, why would it be When I'm a sane thinking man, okay, and I say, okay, I'm over in the Philippines with the number one, this country is number one in the percentage of people who actually believe that there is a God. Yet I see the struggle over here. I see it up close. Okay. So that would be my only question. Why would that be a concern? Why would it be conflict? Okay. When you speak common sense. Mark Fox said 10 years. And what was my belief and what I think have to do with her life or your life if it's not interfering? You think just because I don't believe I'm out here raping, why am I out here raping, robbing, stealing, and cheating people? That's what I'm saying. But yet the jails are full of Christians and religious people. Let me get off Christians, I'm sorry. Because you can proclaim to be anything you want, Michael. It's your actions. That's what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at what Christopher Hitchens called it, your thought crimes. I don't give a damn what you thinking. I can't read your mind. Mark Fox said 10 years with my wife last week. 10 very happy years, but we live in Cambodia, far better. Yeah, see, now he says Cambodia is better. I've got a guy on here now that said Cambodia was a dump. It made the Philippines look like Disneyland. It's the individual. Thank you, Mark, for that. Emmanuel Jones says, I started my business to get off the hamster wheel. I'm sitting in my store now with customers in it. It's been challenging, but your videos have helped a ton. Thanks, Uncle Cal. Well, see, that's what I'm saying. If not now, then when are you going to do it? Excuse me. Why live a hesitant and halting lifestyle, worrying about what people are going to say and what people are going to think? See, I'm making videos like that because I'm going to get everything out. I'm going to say everything I want to say. I'm not going to hold back anymore. I'm getting to the end of my journey. Okay? Nobody knows what's going to happen when you breathe that last breath. I don't know anything about eternal life, but I know about eternal death. My mother hasn't been back since she died. The only God I've ever known. Okay? It's that period, you know. He said a second bucket list. See, you know, when I walked that 166 kilometers, see, people take that for granted. They think, oh, that's nothing. In that stifling heat and humidity, man, I'm talking about, it hasn't been that hot since. You're talking 130 heat index. And my buddy Steve, I haven't seen him. I guess he's traveling around living his best life. He pushed me the last 2 days. Oscar Chapman said, Cal, I want to visit Hawaii, and I did for 15 days. Had a wonderful time. He said, I traveled to 5 countries, stopped smoking and drinking, and got rid of fake friends. Well, that'll help. He went from XL to L. Wow. Yeah. It's just crazy to me, you know. The slave master was praying to the same God that the damn slave was, chained up, eating, you know, pig intestines and whatever he could get his hands on. Read the autobiography of Frederick Douglass, and you'll ask yourself, where was God in all of that? Yeah, I'm not worried about that. But see, here's the thing. I don't believe that because if you go on my feed, man, there's so many religious videos on there. Then you got the debates. Then you got the self-righteous preachers up there arguing with the people out in the audience asking questions. I'm talking about millions of videos like that. They're earning millions of dollars on YouTube. That's not true. Okay. He said, yeah, now they put the tampon machine in men's washroom over here in Canada. Unbelievable. Yeah. He said, I'm not sure about what you mean hold back. Yeah, hold back. You hesitating. You know how today I'm going to say something to the pretty girl in my school or whatever. Today I'm going to do my membership. You're hesitating, but you just won't do it. You keep putting it off, procrastinating. You're holding back. A lot of us are holding back, man. We got much more life in us than what you see. There's so many dreams and things we want to do up here. They never blossom. We never let them out. They go to our grave with us. That's what I'm talking about. I'm just saying, don't hold back. Do whatever it is you can do. Remember, as long as I obey the law and I don't violate the rights of my fellow man, I'm going to try to do everything I possibly can. Okay? I built this house, man, for Booby, but really it was for myself. Even though technically I don't own it, everybody knows whose money it was that built this house. When those people took my house, I'm talking about that I worked hard for, to get my credit up, to be in a position to buy a house for my family, because we moved in that house in 2004. I met my wife in 1998. So for 6 years, we lived basically in the projects. And then for them to take that house from me because of a divorce where we couldn't agree, I can't tell you how I felt. There's no words to tell you. But September 2011, when it was the bank finally took that house, I made a vow that I was going to build a house and nobody could take it from me. No bank could knock on the door or give me some eviction notice. Now, can Maryland do it? Yeah, but it's already done. I know in my mind I did it. Okay, I didn't hold back. And I'm glad I did. That's what I'm talking about, Mitch. It took everything I had, but I did it. Imagine I could still have that money in my pocket. We could still be renting right across the street over there. Okay? But it was well worth it. No. Guys, listen. You don't understand. What did he say? 3 comments. Look, Mark, here's the thing that you don't understand. First of all, my channel is all inclusive, number 1. Number 2 is there's hundreds of comments over here. There's no way I can get every comment. I can't even see every comment that you put up there. Okay, and then don't be so selfish, man. Look how many people's on here. There's 272 people, 275 now. What I'm supposed to do? Answer your comments all the time? Come on, guys, grow up, man. Retired 2019 says, I traveled to 4 major league stadiums. Wow. I've been to 24 stadiums so far, only 6 more to go. Which ones you got left? Right, Robert James says, I hit my bucket list, 5 pounds of muscle lifting heavy. Now, see, that helps with your testosterone. Yeah, say it again. Say it again, Robert. Action speaks louder than words. It does. Just live it. That's all you got to do. Yeah, I'm going to tell you something. He said, Cal, retired 2019. He said, Cal, my goal for 2024 is 180 pounds, 18% body weight. And see, that's reasonable. I think you can reach that. That's reasonable. Now, to say that you want to be like some of these bodybuilders, man, they've got what? And some of these athletes, they got 5%, 6% body fat. I don't know. I don't know, man. That's pretty tough. He said the universe opens up to the people who follow their dreams. It does, guys. There's forces out there. That's what I believe in. That make a whole lot more sense. Okay, you're going to benefit if you obey the laws, but you're going to be punished if you violate them. And it doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter what education you have, how much money, if you're tall, if you're short. It doesn't matter. That's fair to me. And that's what I live my life by. I try to treat people the way they want to be treated, not how I want to be treated, the way you want to be treated. I go the extra mile to treat you the way you want to be treated. I'm not the devil, man, because I don't believe what you believe. Chase says, Mark Fox, you've really traveled around. Good stuff. I hope you do something like that with I hope to do something like that with my wife in the future. I just can't come to say my Filipino, man. I just can't. I don't know. Yeah, everything has law. There's laws. The laws are real. There's something called the law of substitution, too. It's all kind of laws, but we just never taught them in school. Mostly the law of gravity. But there's the law of attraction, the law of, it's just so many. The law of, the ones when you, I can't think, it's right on the tip of my tongue, where you compare one thing against the other. What's that law? The law of contrast. There's so many. The law of opposites. Yeah, it's true, guys. It's true. But they want to act like it doesn't exist. The answer is always God. If that's the case, then why are you even thinking? Why are you even living? Why would you even want to deal with something like that, guys? I don't. My life is so much more exciting when I get up in the morning, man. Sullivan Hall says, I'm living my bucket list right now, not next week, next month, or next year. Absolutely. That's what we're saying. We're saying if you can look back. He says the law of diminishing returns, the law of increasing returns, the law of compensation. Go the extra mile. Do more than what you're paid to do, what your job title says, and see how that works for you. I've been doing that, man, for a long time. For 3 long years, I taught other agents Medicare Advantage. I never received 1 penny compensation for it. I pick up the phone 3 years later. Hey guys, sorry I had to switch to my phone. My computer, the battery went down. But 3 years later, I called because every year, and you can ask Moments with Mitch, we have to certify in order to represent the plans again to receive our commission and renewal commission. I end up getting the wrong number. I got the number to the national agent representative. He ended up giving me a contract, a FMO contract, the highest you could get. But he said, you've got to have 20 agents at least. And I told him, yeah, even though I didn't. But I knew that I had trained 20 agents. I just called my bets back in. And I got that contract. So that's the law of increasing returns, the law of compensation. Because that year I earned more money in those next 2 years than I've ever earned before in my life. What time is it? Travels, thanks for that super chat. Yeah, hit the like button. Yeah, so yes. Yeah, I don't like that. I just don't use that. No, I don't want to work anymore. I don't want to work anymore, Floyd. He said, just tuning in the law of no internet, just hit Cal. That's funny, but no, it's true. That I live by universal law. It makes a lot more sense to me. My life is so much more enjoyable. The law of electricity. It doesn't matter if you got a college degree or not. Violate that law, you're going to die. That's the law of increasing returns. He says, treat people 10 times better than you expect to be treated, and the world could be a better planet. Well, I'm going to have to argue with you on that. You get on top of the highest building in your city, global go-getter, and you jump off. You're always going to go down. You're never going to go up, buddy. That's the law of gravity. It's not 100%, but I wouldn't bet my life on it, okay? Well, there's a law, okay? There's a law because there's laws in place, and I'm not a scientist or anything like that. In your birth, you know, from the time that sperm fertilizes the egg, it increases a billion times before you're born. So there's a lot of laws in place, global go-getter, by the time you're born. And even when you're born, maybe some of them have been violated. So the baby's born like that, okay? Oh man, now you got me right here. He says, Cal, I love traveling on Amtrak. This is a true story I told many times. In 2015, I'm on my way out to California to do some training for Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield, just for 1 week. I'm afraid to get on the plane. So I finally get on the plane, I make it out there for 1 week. On the door, the shuttle to take me to the airport to go back home, I didn't get on the plane. I caught an Amtrak back from Los Angeles, California to Chicago, man. It was one of the most thrilling adventures I've ever had in my life. When I got home, I had some explaining to do, but I didn't care, man. And I was shocked at how comfortable the Amtrak was because, you know, of course, I bought economy. Man, those seats are huge. And nobody sat next to me. Yeah, that's a long trip. It took me 3 days, but I believe I went through every state just about coming back. Well, not really, but I seen some stuff, man. Wyoming, Nevada, Arizona. And have you ever watched The Coyote and Roadrunner? You see those big canyons and cliffs. You've seen a lot of that because one of the rail cars is all glass. And they smoke there, and you can, you know, because you could smoke on This was 2015. It was a shock to me. But you could smoke. But you can go in there and just look out from all angles. It was glass. Oh, yeah, it's way more comfortable than a plane seat. He says, I never rode on Amtrak. I live by the railroad track. Those trains be moving. Yeah, I mean, it really is, it's a nice trip, man. A whole lot more relaxing for me. Took me 72 hours versus 5 hours. Hey, Moments with Mitch. Thanks for that super chat. He says, if anyone needs help with benefits or retirement plans, connect with me. Well, put your contact information up there, Mitch. Put your contact information up there. But I say if you got any type of dreams, any type of goals, do it now. Do it now, guys. Don't wait. Yeah, Mitch is a good guy. See, I'm retired. Every now and then somebody send me a message asking me something, you know. But for the most part, I'm done. Yeah, for the most part, I'm done. I'm retired, man. And boy, it feels good. It's so liberating, man. He said the law of falling coconuts. Come here and test it. I tell you what, you better be careful. We don't talk enough about that because we're not even alert to that. We're not even cognizant of it. We don't even pay it any attention. When you're walking over here, especially on some in the province or maybe on the beach or on one of those resorts, you better be cognizant of where you are, man. Always look up, man, because if those things fall, imagine those coconuts may weigh like a bowl. It's like a bowling ball falling 40 feet, hitting you on top of the head. It's probably going to kill you and probably break your shoulder and all that, right? But yeah, now he's 48. Yeah, congratulations, Roger. We appreciate that. Yeah, 4 trips, King Arthur says, on Amtrak. Sleeper car, I loved it. Met some interesting people. See, I was just trying to be as economical as I could because the sleeper car, I want to say, was 500. This is in 2015, like 550. I end up paying like 270. Yeah, and that's the best thing. The best way to do that is to lead by example, because men aren't going to listen to anything you say. Hell, I'm over here living my best life. They don't even listen to nothing I do unless it goes wrong. Then they'll blame the vlogger and say, "Oh, you wasn't telling the truth." Yet there's other guys who come over and say, "Calvin, you know, it's just like you said it was going to be." But yeah, guys, I'm going to get over here. Thank y'all so much for your super chats, your super stickers, all your thumbs up. No more religion on my channel, man. Just live your religion, guys. Practice what you preach. Make the world a better place, guys, okay? I don't have anything against that. No politics either. We got away from the politics for real. But now we're going to replace the religion. We went through the sports phase with Deion Sanders. That's gone. So now let's, if Jesus is your Lord and Savior, okay, then show it. Help somebody today, man. Quit walking past people that's struggling. I don't care It's none of your business why they're struggling. Do what would Jesus do if that's the case? Hey, California World Traveler. Yeah, goodbye, everybody. I can't play the theme song because I'm back on my phone. But yeah, I'm not the devil, guys. I'm just not convinced. Okay? That's all. That's all it is. Happy New Year to everybody. Well, actually, I'll be on here Sunday. Take care, everybody. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. I'll see y'all next time.